All right, we're back. Sorry, I missed a week, and I guess I don't know what I'm doing, but my internet went out, and we should be good. Um, Let me do this. All right, you got me, Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right, good. Nick, I paid my bill. I just shut the door, and the house Wi-Fi cut off, so I had to jump on the one of the 501s. So I shut the door because Crew's in there and Chris was in there, so that way I can hear it. But we're back. Sorry, we missed last week for NFL draft. I wanted to watch some football, and Jimmy's over cooking supper. I think he's cooking some hash browns and eggs and sausage.
Yeah.
And
I am.
Jimmy,
I'm multitasking.
the Jimmy griddle is what he calls it.
Well, that's not what I'm cooking right now. But if anybody wants a good breakfast sandwich, I can make it.
Anyway, we'll get started on tournaments. We're going back 2 weeks, and last week we had our BYLP twist number 9, and that's where you played with a different partner that you never played before, and with a certain SBR, and myself and Brad won that. That was on April 21st. Zach Kill and Brandon got second, and Jeff C and Taddy got third. I think they played a couple tournaments together and have been playing pretty well. I think me and Brad won. No, we lost to Zach and Brandon the first game of the championship, and then come back and won. That's a pretty good tournament. VFW at 120 that night. We had 32 players in the switch. Bladen Whitley and Eddie W. I think that was Eddie's first time there, and come in and won. So that's pretty cool. First time walking in. We've had a few of those happen. Most notably, Dustin Harper. The first 3 or 4 times he come to tournaments, he won. I was so pissed off. Remember, he had that fishing shirt on.
Yeah, he got lucky.
He come in and just kicked our butts.
Harper's mediocre at best.
We didn't know what to expect, but he got to play last week, and I kicked his ass again. So that was nice. But anyway, Bladen and Eddie got first. Regulator and Adam Skinner got second. Cheetah Girl and Malachi got third. I think Malachi and Bladen, you're going to hear those names a couple times. I think they had a pretty good weekend that weekend. Loan up number 32, Zach Maloney. He's a newer guy. I mean, he's moved here from Texas, and he's been playing. But him and Bad Brad, so Bad Brad had back-to-back first play finishes that weekend. Bladen and Ghost got second, and then Dylan Skinner and Malachi got third. So Malachi and Bladen back-to-back podiums that weekend as well. So,
hey, is that too loud? Am I beating on that a little too much?
No, you're fine.
Right.
No, I can't. I mean, I can hear it, but just do your thing, baby. Mountain Crew 423, Rogelio and Calente. And Calente, I think you're going to hear a lot. I know I wrote his name several times. Dean M and Ghost got second, and Tony and Bobby T got third. That's Mountain Crew 423. So April 23rd, Mountain Crew. That was the switch. And then the blind draw, Mountain Crew, Calente and Chris, I think is watching. Bud and Jeff. My name is Jeff. I think my name is Jeff is done for a little while. I think he's playing disc golf. I sent him a pretty funny video earlier, too. And then Blake T and Regulator got third at the Mountain Crew. I think Mountain Crew, they've just went back to their old building, and they're just going to call it, I think, the moving around, and I think they enjoy the smaller crowd. And
I'll tell you, the time I played there, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think if they could get 3 boards in there, it'd probably be perfect, but I guess it's just 2.
Boy, I don't know. That's tough. I don't know.
So, this is not a tournament, but I did. I ain't gonna mention that. 121 VFW switch. Last Friday we had a ACL World Doubles regional, and we did a switch on the other end. And Zookeeper and Bradley B. And Bradley can throw, man. Like I wish he played more. I think I mean he can throw. I think him and Dylan and Cody and Adam. I think they all get together and throw. But Bradley, man, it was like uh, he could be top 16. I mean, I feel like he's slaughter cut material if he threw consistently.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that. I think he has that potential. Um, Cali Girl and JT husband wife combo got second at the switch last Friday, and Dennis H and Cody, Mr. Inconsistent, got third. World doubles. And I hate to say this only because they beat us in the championship game. Like I'm pretty salty about it, but Nick and Brandon got first. I think they played together to get some points for Worlds in case Brandon needs a partner. But we had some games with them, and the first game I kicked Brandon's tail. I mean, I thought we had him, and then I think Nick just he turned it on a little bit, but second place Phil and DK when we had a pretty good run, and then third place Rusty and Brad Eisenhower got third. But we only got 2 more weeks of 4 more weeks. May 31st is the deadline for regionals. So we got to get a couple more regionals in because I think several of us are going to Branson. I wasn't going until 2 or 3 days ago, so I guess I'm going now. So by the looks of it, we have 20 to 25 people going so far. So I think LT scheduled a couple regionals. We're going to try to get a few regionals in before then and get some last minute points before we go. So if you're interested in going to Branson, you're going to have a couple opportunities to get some points before we go. And I mean, I just booked I got to book our condo tonight, but I mean, they're pretty reasonable. So I mean, if you want to go Memorial Day weekend, I mean, we're going to not go to the lake, and I think we're going to go. It's so busy, but man, it's a good opportunity to go.
Beth just booked our condo today, so
yeah, I mean, they're not bad. Where'd y'all get one at?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, the one I was looking at is like a mile and a half from the convention center. So it's
right off the strip, so it's not far from the convention center.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. But it looks like several of us are going to go. So I mean, that should be a good time. Get a good representation up there. And Sam and LT and Robbie are in Mobile this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And next, I think Branson will be their 13th major, so they get the Road Dog Award at Worlds, so they'll get a award for attending 13 majors, which is a pretty good feat,
Yeah, it really is.
And that's some dedication, and hopefully, one if not all maybe can get pro status throughout that. And I think several are going to try to go to Worlds. I haven't decided if I'm going to go yet, but it's in Owensboro, Kentucky, and that should be a pretty good trip, fun trip into July. So World Doubles, Brandon, Nick, Phil, DK, Rusty, and Brad. Then we had a fundraiser last Saturday for the Tri-Community Fire Department. I think we ended up raising $500. Man, I appreciate all y'all coming out, and we had 2 tournaments. We did a social and a competitive. And the social, Jamie and Jordan won. I know they've been wanting to team up for a while and play, so they got to win together. And then Jared Ashbrenner and Mark. Jared's the coach at BB. He coaches the BB baseball team, and remember him and John kicked mine and your butts at one of the last regionals. That's probably one of the last times he played. And
I knew that. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they come in. I think they were throwing yellow pro snipers, and that's when pro snipers were hot, and they kicked our tail. I mean, they did not miss. And Jared, he hasn't really been playing, but he's a Dolphins fan, so I'm gonna give him a shout out. Go Dolphins. But
I just seen today where Dan Marino scored a 15 on the Wonderlic test.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's true. Look it up. A 15.
it don't matter. He's still better than Troy Aikman. But
Wait,
Jared and Mark got second, and then Can't Get Right and Nathan Holloway got third. So I think we had 8 or 9 teams in that bracket. I can't remember, but pretty close. But thank you for coming to that. I think we raised some money for them. They had a chili cook-off. I know fundraiser tournaments, the numbers are driving down on them a little bit. There's just so many of them. But the competitive side of the tri community, Austin Potts and Brad Eisenhower won. Brandon and Phil got second. And then Jimmy Casey and Robbie got third. And Austin Potts, we beat them. They put us in the loser bracket, and we had to double dip them, and we beat them the first game. And then Brandon hits this airmail, and he's looking at 12 on 5 on Austin Potts, and it's 21-17. Austin Potts has to hit this shot, and it's 21-19. Austin Potts had to hit this shot in order to wash and not lose the game. And he took a timeout, step off to the side, and I'm thinking, there's no way he hits this push shot. I mean, it's like 18 inches. I mean, like it's half the board. And dude, he hit one of the best push shots in that situation that I've seen in a long time. I just knew the game was over. I knew that me and Brandon double dipped him, but I mean, he hit that shot, and it was a hell of a shot, Austin Potts. I know you're probably watching, but I told you last night, but it was a good shot. Jimmy and Robbie. Jimmy Casey threw really well too, and Robbie.
Yeah. Yeah, we ended up. Me and Brian lost to them twice that day. So.
Yeah, Robbie and. Man, I looked up and Robbie was doing PPR. I'm like, Robbie, the bags will not even move on these boards. Like, the boards were sticky. I mean, and I was like, oh crap. I didn't realize Robbie was doing PPR on them. So, but anyway, they both threw well. How's supper coming? Is it what are we working on right now?
It's percolating. It's doing good. It's doing good. It's doing good.
Lone Oak number 30, Firecracker's out, and she had a minor surgery, and I think she's doing better. But I asked Zach if him and Lisa wanted to go run it Saturday night, and they did. So I think they had 30 people on short notice. So that was cool. And Bearded Gringo and Ash Cat teamed up and got first. Nick and Lisa got second, and then John Elihue and Corn Hub got third. So I think I seen a post where Bearded Gringo and Ashley, I think they've teamed up a couple of times, and this was their first win together. I could be quoting that wrong, but I think it was their first win together. And Nick and Lisa are used to playing together, so yeah, that's some pretty good teams. And then Mountain Crew at Rogers Sunday. Brandon and Bud got on the team. I don't know how that happened. Someone rigged it up, didn't they? Or someone was sandbagging.
Yeah.
Brandon and Bud got first. Chris and Calente got second, and then Tony and the Sheriff got third. And then the Mountain Crew blind draw. Brandon and Chris. Delante and Goob, and then Dean, M, and Bud. And he said they had more people in the blind draw than they did the switch. So they got the switch done, and then everybody come in and played the blind draw. So the blind draw was bigger than the switch. But Rogelio's got a sweet place over there, and it's cool that he's hosting, and I think he enjoys the cooking and hanging out with everybody.
If you have not been to Rogers, you got to go.
Cedric said, thanks for me giving. Yeah, I talked to her, said about a year ago, and I committed to it. And Andy said that was their first win together. And Nick said they two scooped. So, but that's all the tournaments. I guess the one thing I want to talk about tomorrow night, we're going to have a blind draw. We're just going to do one tournament. I think numbers are down with graduations and, people having stuff to do, ball games, graduations. I mean, it's just a busy time of the year. So decided to do one tournament. Rusty Eisenhower is leaving, and he wanted me to do a blind draw. He really enjoyed the blind draw last time, probably because he got paired up with Brandon. But anyway, we're going to do a blind draw tomorrow night. And the goal is we'll split the SPR down the middle, and we'll do an AB blind draw. So I'll put the top in one bracket and the lower in the one bracket or one side, and we'll mix it, and it should be competitive teams hopefully. So it should be a fun night, and if we don't have a lot of teams, we may do 6-round robins, or something. Let's see how it goes. Run it
Hey,
one
you
time.
know what? Hey, I want to bring up something real quick. You said it should be a fun night.
Yeah,
And that's what this is all about, is fun.
I agree.
Should be competitive teams, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Unless people aren't playing the way they're supposed to play. And I'm going to just use this as an example. If say Brandon and Phil get on the same team, come on.
That can't happen because we're splitting it.
Okay.
Me and Brandon's going to be in the same.
I thought it was going by SPR or PPR, right?
No, it's SPR.
Okay, I thought you said PPR. I'm sorry.
No. SPR. So it's the cutoff's going to be middle. Like the lower SPR is going to be on one side, the higher SPR is going to be another.
Gotcha.
So
yeah.
I mean, it should be pretty equal, when you.
Yeah.
But me and Brandon always get second place finishes, so I wouldn't even be worried about me and Brandon. Now me and Sebastian might be there for it. But tomorrow night, get pre-registered. We're going to do a guaranteed winner on the airmail, so we'll draw until somebody hits it.
Guaranteed winner.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a guarantee. Somebody's gonna hit some money tomorrow night. So so buy some tickets and get pulled, and maybe somebody hit a couple bags or whatever. But we'll do a guaranteed airmail. So someone's going to win at least $340 tomorrow night. So let's
all right.
Get there, buy your tickets, get pre-registered. Makes it a lot easier on me, and then I can start moving people, to where they need to be put. So
yeah.
One thing that I've tossed around in my head about, talking about is sandbagging. That's one of my biggest complaints. And I'm not pointing fingers to nobody or nothing like that. I'm not calling nobody out. I'm not, it's not my place to say whether someone has a bad game or not, or bad 4 games in a row, or, you just totally get in a slump. But I just want everyone to know I think the integrity of the game needs to be held, and I just don't think there's a place for it, for sandbagging to win 80 bucks. I know 80 bucks might be a lot to some people, and the winning part of it, but I think I just don't think the integrity should be. I don't know. I guess I take pride in wanting to finish up the top and rounders, and I don't know. I wish everybody would just play. I mean, it not only does it, it affects the whole bracket. If you got 3 or 4 people sandbagging, and people aren't playing to their potential and where they should be, oftentimes it puts 2 pretty good players, and that's the whole point of it. I just ask that just keep the integrity and play how you can play. I mean, you're going to have bad games. You're going to have bad nights. God knows I started out horrible last night. So, I mean, I get it. It just – but, I mean, 80% of my complaints is sandbagging. People complain to me about people sandbagging, and honestly, I'm just tired of hearing it. I know people do it, and I hate that people do it, and I don't – there's really no way you can stop it unless you spin a wheel. And I think for the most part, a lot of people have forgotten that this is a game and it's supposed to be fun, and we want it to be fun. And
You can. I mean, there's a way, but it would mean less games for everybody.
Yeah.
If a straight blind draw eliminates that, it's the luck of the draw then.
Yeah.
You know.
You can still do round robin, but and I mean you can do. I mean, I think that's why I've always kind of held total points, because but if you do total points and you run your PPR, then you have a chance of not losing as much points, because that was the biggest gripe before, is somebody getting in with a person and like, I got a shitty partner. I mean, I hear that more than there's no such thing as a shitty partner. But and you have a person that's come in and played, and everyone's been there. Everyone's been that shitty partner. Like, everyone's been that shitty partner. There's nobody that's walked in and just, except Dustin Harper. I mean, he did, but there's no one's ever just walked in and just king of the boards.
Yeah.
Everybody that's, I mean, our only ACL pro in Arkansas. I mean, first time could not hit the board, save his life. Nathan Tarkenton threw from behind the board. So, I mean, everyone started somewhere. Brandon Lacewell, I mean, threw higher than anyone in the world. I mean, looked like a rainbow. Everyone started somewhere. So, I know LT shared that post the other night about, talking to players and being supportive. And I think that's a huge aspect of it. And I do think that it needs to be fun. And I know that it gets competitive sometimes, and that's why we did the 2 brackets. I want to keep the fun aspect of cornhole, and I want to keep the fun aspect of 501. But it's hard too, and it's just a double-edged sword, kind of, because you want to be good and be competitive, but then again, you still want to have fun, because if you go in there and say, hey, I'm just going to have fun tonight, you're going to get your ass smoked. You know what I mean? And if you're willing to do that, then that's fine. But just, I guess my point is, throw what you can throw. You know what I mean? Like, you're manipulating brackets. It's if you don't throw where you can throw, then it just drops people down to where, I don't know. To me, I just think it's more important to throw what you can throw, and not try to manipulate a bracket, not try to manipulate PPR, not try to manipulate points. And again, that's my biggest gripe. That's when I get messages from people, or when people catch me in the corner, it's like, Phil, so-and-so sandbagging, so-and-so sandbagging. What can we do to eliminate sandbagging? And I mean, it's just like, there's nothing you can do. I mean, I can't say, oh my God, so-and-so is having a bad night, or he's sandbagging for sure. Cause I don't know. I'm not watching every single game. I mean, I don't know if someone's throwing off on purpose, but I hope that everyone is throwing their best game to try to, and it's just not a good look to new people coming in if they're down there getting total points and, and they're, well, I'm not going to win this game because I got a new person, so let me throw it off the board. Well, if you're that concerned about it, then you shouldn't be on that end. You should be on the other end, and that's just,
Cedric just said hide the rankings.
Well, you can do that. You can do that, but I mean, even on PPR said, people can manipulate PPR. Like, if you want to throw a 5.3, you can throw a 5.3.
Right.
I guess the thing is, if you throw a 4 in rounders and you throw an 8 in a tournament, I just don't know how you magically got 4 points higher in the tournament. I mean, some people do elevate. I mean, like, that happens. I mean, I'm not saying it don't happen, and I'm not accusing nobody. I'm not saying anything. I'm just, throw what you can throw. Don't manipulate the bracket. Don't manipulate PPR. Don't manipulate total points. I think that just had to be said. And again, I'm not, no accusations. I don't know. I can't. But I guess that's my main thing. But just play what you can play, and let's have fun, and keep it fun, and keep it honest, and I think if you're going to win a tournament, you're going to win a tournament. I know it's getting more competitive, and and when you play, I guess if people play 4 or 5 nights a week, and you need to get that win to, I think maybe offset some money, win some money,
Well, and that's I guess I don't because I've been playing this for a long time, and I've gotten to a point in the last year or so, last year and a half, where I am there to have fun. And now, don't get me wrong. I mean, winning is fun. But if I have a bad game, then so be it. And that's the point a lot of people's got to get to. If you're passionate about this, then get out there and practice. If you want to win, get out there and practice. And that's what you got to do.
I've said it 100 times. You're not going to get better playing switches like every 2 or 3 nights a week. You got to get in your backyard and throw, and it's muscle memory. It's hitting the shots, and it's working on your nerves. And there's so many dynamics that go into it, and I don't know. I mean, it's just it's one of those subjects that no one wants to touch, because you're assuming, and you can't automatically assume someone's, and that's been my thing. You can speculate. People can speculate, oh, this guy's sandbagging, but you don't know for a fact. I mean, the dude could have had a hard day at work. I mean, he could just be wanting to just play and have for fun. But I think my big thing is that it was when you're sandbagging, you're manipulating the brackets. Like you're manipulating the whole
right.
Someone may be there throwing their best they can. I mean, you may have a guy that's been playing six weeks.
Yeah.
I'll throw a name. I say Bobby S. Bobby S. been throwing for 6-8 weeks. He may be in there and he's throwing his best game. And he may have a chance to get a better partner that night, but he didn't because someone sandbagged, and dropped him down a spot, and and he doesn't get the partner that he should have earned, by playing he played, And I'm not saying I just threw a name out there because I know he's kind of newer, But I guess my plea is just play what you can play, and if you're good enough, you're going to win. I mean, we're getting more competitive. I mean, we're getting better. Like there's a lot of players that are getting better, and it's getting harder and harder and harder and harder to get a podium finish and a win. And I mean, to me, I guess it's not about the money. I would rather have a win than the money, but to some people, it's about the money, And I don't know. I think winning trumps money, and for me, but. I think just keep it honest, guys, and play your game. I guess that's just kind of what I'm getting at. But Bradley, I guess someone told Bradley I was talking good about him. He's on here now. Bradley, I was saying that you could be your Cider Cup material. I need you throwing. Firecracker's on. I hope you're doing okay, Firecracker. I hope everything's feeling better. And Zach, I mentioned him earlier. He's new here, and he's talking about the mind game. It is, man. It's tough. I mean, that's my hardest part is the mental aspect of it. You would think after playing as long as I played, I wouldn't get nervous, but man, I go to a tournament. I can go to any tournament. You can ask my wife, man. I'm like, my stomach is like,
I remember. Yeah.
Knots, man. I mean, like nerves is the biggest thing, and it can dictate your whole. Like you can go up there and I think a lot of people, like when you're doing down and backs, you'll see people airmail 3 out of 4 and put them all in the hole, and then like, are you good to go? We ready to go? Boom, and the first bag's off the side of the board. So that happens a lot, and I don't know how you really fix that other than just playing. I think just getting more comfortable with people and playing with everyone, and it's just part of it. But anyway, I'm throwing some of my sponsors on here. They bought boards for state, and I don't give them enough love. But Kenneth with Nutrition World, Amanda, they bought a set of boards. We played on the state, and Raymond. And I hope, Raymond, you're doing good. I hope, Lori, you're watching this, and tell Raymond we need you back. I know you probably needed the break, but it's time for you to come back and start throwing. I hope your kidney stones are gone and you're feeling better. And I got Ron and Jackie on here, Freeway Emporium. And I wanted to go there today. Me and Crystal went flea markets. We went to BB. You know, BB has like 6,000 flea markets. I mean,
Yeah.
they got more flea markets per capita in the world. You know, and Crystal found some really cool stuff at one of the flea markets.
Well, you know, Beth and I have been going to Freeway Emporium for a few years. Didn't know until, you know, maybe last year that you know, Jackie and Ron had that. So
yeah, so I want to go there. I've never been there. I passed
it's
by.
great. It's a good one.
Yeah, I wanted to go. We just didn't go to Cersei. We Crystal loaded my truck down in BB, so we had to, you know, come back here. So, and then I got Comfort Systems and Walkabout Creek. You know, Sean Cross. I mentioned him a lot, and I ain't seen him, but I think Scott should be getting back to Hard Rider. I know he went to Talladega, and he went somewhere else, and he sent me a picture. He was fishing. He was sitting on the deck some, but I know all the Hard Rider crews ready to get back, and maybe we get some good numbers. Maybe you do it Monday night. I'm not sure yet. And if he don't, maybe somebody will. And Jackie's on here now. Jackie, we gotta get to Freeway Emporium. Look, I'm gonna throw it up so you can see it. So Ron, but I'm gonna put some of the sponsors on here every week, and thank you for helping me and state tournament and buying boards and all that good stuff. But anything else, Jimmy?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna go eat.
Please get pre-registered. I know everyone, even if you're not 100% going, it helps me know.
Go ahead and do it.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of plans, you know. I mean, if I got 6 people pre-registered and end up with 72, I'm just like, you know, it just helps me mentally prepare if you pre-register. So I kind of know that, you know, what's going to go down tonight. But anyway, Major Branson, Endemont. It's the last major. Good luck to Sam and LT and Robbie in Mobile this weekend. Win some games. I guess that's all I got. I can't think of nothing else. But anyway, may all your beers stay cold and all your bags go in the hole. Appreciate it, guys.
See y'all.
Later.